Okay, let's get started. We're going to talk today about why it's a good idea to accept families and kids and pets. So let's begin. We're first going to talk about family travel and the fact that family travel is definitely on the rise. Virtuoso, which is an international luxury travel agency, says that seeking out family travel experiences is very high on their list of recommendations, and that they also say that multi-generational travel is a top travel trend cited for the year ahead. So, as you all know, probably your largest demographic, or the largest group of guests that come to your inns tend to be in the baby boomer age. So this whole multi-generational travel idea and bringing the grandchildren along is one that's on the top of their minds. In fact, according to the studies that Virtuoso has done, among the top 3 travel trends are multi-generational travel being number 1, active or adventure trips number 2, and then there's family travel, meaning traveling with the immediate family, number 3. So this is an important trend to take a look at and to consider. Again, according to AARP, one of the top motivators of travel for baby boomers, practically all of whom intend to travel in the coming year, is to spend time with family and friends. And with the kind of money that the baby boomer generation has for travel, more and more grandparents are looking to take the kids and grandchildren along on vacations. It's probably a trend that you've seen too. The Family Travel Association's 2016 survey showed that 87% of respondents believe the family travel market will grow robustly or moderately within the next 3 to 5 years. That is 9 out of 10 people who responded to this survey believe that the family travel market is growing. Beyond the whole trend of families traveling more together is the addition of travelers' desire to spend quality time traveling together, and parents' focus on exposing kids to new destinations, new cultures, and new experiences. According to this survey, also, grandparents want to create those multi-generational travel experiences. So once again, here we are hearing it again, that multi-generational travel is really on the rise and something the baby boomers want to do. And more than half of the survey respondents noted that revenue from family travel had increased by at least 5% in the past year alone, and that at least a quarter of the segment say that it's going to continue to increase in the next 3 to 5 years. So that's now, folks, and everybody is looking to at multi-generational travel and family travel as an impressive trend for today. So that's family travel. Let's look at what's happening with pet travel and the trends for that. They're on the rise too. According to a very recent National Pet Owners Survey conducted by the American Pet Products Association, 68% of households, that means 85 million families, own a pet. That's pretty amazing. Mostly dogs, and with an increase of 56% since 1988. 56% increase in pet ownership since 1988. And about 37% of pet owners travel with their pets every year. That's up 19% from 10 years ago. That's a big group of people, folks. In fact, that means that approximately 33 million pet owners will travel with their four-legged friends this year. Think about that. That's a lot of people out there. That's a large audience to be catering to. So let's talk a little bit about how innkeepers and some of the comments that we've heard from innkeepers who are pet-friendly and travel-friendly, and pet-friendly and family-friendly. The Captain Jeffords Inn in Kennebunkport, Maine, told me, Sarah, the innkeeper there told me that they collected $800 in pet fees alone last month. 1 month, $800 in pet fees. That's a lot of rooms that were rented because they were pet friendly. Sarah told me that during the slower season, her pet-friendly rooms are the most popular rooms they have. In fact, sometimes those are the only rooms that are rented during the slow season. One thing that she mentioned in particular, in Kennebunkport, dogs are only allowed on the beach during the slower season. So they can be on the beach before 9 and after 5 during the summer season. But during the slower shoulder seasons, they open the beaches to dogs throughout the day. And pet owners come there just to be able to be on the beaches with their dogs. Summer is the busiest time for travelers seeking B&B accommodations for pets and for families. If you look at this chart, you see that the desire and the interest in booking a B&B is highest in the summer for those seeking to travel with their pets, and those seeking kid-friendly B&Bs also. Important to note, so it's not just people going to hotels during the summer, but also people seeking B&B accommodations are strongest during the summer for people who are traveling with pets and traveling with families. So I asked a number of innkeepers why accepting pets makes sense to them. Francis at the Dog Bark Park Inn in Idaho told me that their lodging is a dog-shaped building, so of course they felt it appropriate to be dog-friendly. This is the Dog Bark Park Inn. I have trouble saying that, the Dog Bark Park Inn. And check out these very cool rooms that they have that are dog-themed. Donna Pierce, the owner of the Admiral Perry House in Freiburg, Maine, told me, I have pets and I traveled with work across the country. It always was a challenge to find pet-friendly lodging to include, and even including long-term apartments. If she couldn't bring her dog, she simply would not go. There's a very dedicated pet owner who would only stay at dog-friendly and pet-friendly lodging. And Ed Hance at the Granite Inn in Rockland, Maine, told me that he loves dogs and misses his own dog who's no longer there. So, and certain rooms simply accommodate pets well, so why not be pet-friendly? Sarah at the Captain Jeffords Inn again told me that they are the only pet-friendly accommodations in Kennebunkport. So because of that, because more and more people are traveling with pets, if they want to stay in Kennebunkport, they're going to naturally stay at the Captain Jeffords Inn. They have 5 inns with their own exterior entrance, or 5 rooms with their own exterior entrances, which just makes sense to make those into pet-friendly rooms. So let's talk about why innkeepers have chosen to be family-friendly. This is Sheila right here at the Coppertop Inn and Retreat in Hebron, New Hampshire. And she says, we chose to become a family-friendly inn when we opened. She has an elementary education and they have plenty of grandchildren. We love people and children are people too. She says, it's not hard to create a family-friendly environment that's safe, fun, convenient for guests, and this is key, and for the innkeepers too. So what are some of the advantages of being family-friendly and pet-friendly? Well, family-friendly and pet-friendly B&Bs can list on popular directories like Bring Fido and Ciao Bambino. These are 2 very, very popular directories that people use to seek out family-friendly and pet-friendly lodging. The media love to write about pet-friendly and family-friendly inns and B&Bs. If you're looking for any stories about great pet-friendly B&Bs, go to the Paw House Inn's website. They have generated a ton of national media attention, which is pretty amazing. If you look at CNN, Travel Channel, their stories are amazing. Family-friendly inns have also attracted a lot of media attention. Here's a couple examples of that too. So let's look at some of the key considerations when planning to travel with pets. Couple different things. People want to know, will we be welcome? Will our children be welcome? Will our pets be welcome when we come to this inn? Parents of both 2- and 4-legged traveler put their travel plans in the needs of their younger travelers and their 4-legged travelers first. Those pet needs and the children needs are the most important factor when making decisions on where to stay. Will we be welcome is their driving question. So you need to make sure that right from the beginning, from the moment they come to your website to the moment they step in or leave your inn, they are helped to feel welcome. What is there to do for the kids and for the pets? This is an important question among travelers who travel with pets and kids. Many pet-friendly hotels and B&Bs are expanding their offerings to include those that cater to 4-legged friends and to kids. So providing those extra services and amenities for children, for pets, and for their owners and parents is going to be an important way to win their business and the loyalty of this group of people. And remember, this is a large group of people. So the next question that anyone planning family travel or pet-friendly pet travel to your B&B is, are there kid-friendly, are there pet-friendly things to do? And you'd be amazed at the number of businesses that are opening their doors to dogs and to children. There are over 500 dog-friendly breweries in the United States. This is brewery travel is becoming really, really popular, and more breweries are understanding that you need to be allowed to bring your pet here too if they're going to attract that audience of millennials, for example, who love to travel with their pets. The same is true for a host of other activities like ghost tours, whale watching, antiquing, winery tours. The list goes on and on. I work with a rafting company that allows dogs to go rafting even. So these are all activities that people who travel with pets and with dogs are going to want to do. So why not welcome the dogs too, the animals and the kids too. In addition to, there's a huge effort to garner this whole multi-generational traveling public. So a number of different festivals, tours, attractions are opening their doors to the younger set. For example, a number of brew fests and Oktoberfests that I've worked with in New Hampshire now have children's activities or a children's tent or a children's component. Now, you'd normally think of that as an adult activity, but those younger parents who want to attend are going to want to bring their kids too. So why not make those festivals family friendly? And if you have a festival like that or a business like a beer friendly or a pet friendly brewery, then take advantage of that in becoming pet friendly and family friendly and promote those things on your website and through social media. Okay, let's look at kind of the anatomy of a pet-friendly and, we'll start with pet-friendly B&Bs. What does it take to create a pet-friendly B&B? I love this. This is right on the homepage of the Powerhouse Inn's website. Some hotels accept dogs, other hotels tolerate dogs. Since 2001, we have catered to the unique needs of dog lovers. That is their mission statement right on the front page of their website. And there's a second screen that comes up that says that dogs stay free and those traveling without dogs pay a $10 non-pet fee. I thought that was very, very, very clever. Again, Donna Pierce at the Admiral Perry Bark and Breakfast, she calls it. She is an avid dog lover. She says, spoil the pets to the utmost. Parents that travel with their dog and cat love their dog and cat. They are very well behaved, and if you spoil the dog, the parent loves you all the more. In other words, you are garnering the loyalty of that guest who will return again and again if their pet is happy with the stay. Yet at the same time, it's important to have clearly stated rules. And every one of the pet-friendly B&Bs that I've researched or stayed at myself, they all have rules. It doesn't mean that the animal is going to rule the house. So a lot of times the rules are going to include up-to-date immunizations. A lot of inns and B&Bs have rules about how old the dog must be. You know, puppies, it's tough to travel with young puppies. Bring your own dog stuff. There's usually a pet fee. In almost all cases, you're going to find some kind of a pet fee for the extra cleaning that's involved. Canine guests must be leashed outside the room, not allowed in the kitchen or dining room during meals. That's a health inspector, a health regulation. Dogs and cats may not be left alone in guest rooms unless they're kenneled. That is a very popular, not an uncommon rule. Guests are responsible for excessive barking, yelping, and aggressive behavior toward other dogs. That's an important thing. In other words, not only do the dogs have to be well behaved, but the parents have to make sure that those dogs are well behaved too. And of course, guests are responsible for cleaning up after their pets inside and out. And if there is any kind of damage, it's okay to ask the guest to be sure to report it. The Dog Bark Park Inn has another kind of a way they handle dogs and pets coming there. She says they vet each guest's and their pet. So they talk to the pet owner prior to the arrival to make sure that it'll be a good fit for their stay. And if it's not a good fit, they will suggest another inn, because for them, some dogs, like people who are, for example, coming to the area to go hunting and want to bring their dog, they know that those dogs and the people are going to come back covered in dirt and mud, and that's not necessarily a good fit for them. So they may recommend that those folks go to choose another inn or B&B. Here's a great example of the Admiral Perry's amazing attitude. Donna says, however, dogs are part of the family. Dogs are allowed anywhere in the inn. She has a poop trash can outside. And if there are other guests who don't like dogs, she simply asks the dog parent to be compassionate about that. And her guests are very understanding. From what I've heard from all of the innkeeper, the people who travel with pets are used to traveling with pets, and 99% of them are very well behaved, both the guest and the pets. And Sarah, for example, at the Captain Jeffords Inn told me that maybe at most in 16 years of accepting guests, they've had perhaps $500 worth of damage. And in fact, red wine is a much bigger damage producer than pets are at her inn. The Admiral Perry House offers complimentary pet sitting, which I thought was really amazing. Another example of that welcoming attitude toward pet owners. When parents go to dinner or do things that do not allow dogs to join them, Donna tells us she pet sits for them. She tells them to leave their door open so the dog knows where their mommy is. The dog stays in the house with Donna, but more often than not, the dog is actually just hanging out in its own guest room. She does, however, take care of the 4 Ps, petting, playing, pooping, and peeing. And she'll even leave a note with the time that the dog last went out. This is exceptional service for pet owners, and this is why pet owners love coming to the Admiral Perry House. Donna does not charge for this service. Other places do charge, and guests are okay with that. So let's look at some of the amenities that you need to have as a pet-friendly inn. The Dog Bark Inn has pet trails that are all around the property, which gives you a place to walk your pets. I have in the past talked with some innkeepers in the specifically kind of in the Rockies and in horse country, where they offer stables for people traveling with horses. Of course, you'll want to always have poop bags and designated walking areas for pets. Extra leashes, bowls, and toys are always a good idea. It's a very good idea to have blankets or sheets to cover the furniture, so that you can put a blanket or a sheet over that beautiful bedspread, and there won't be any damage from pet hair or anything like that. And of course, that bottomless dog biscuit jar is always a good idea. Captain Jeffords Inn offers a confirmation and a welcome letter, both that comes from the from the Captain Jeffords Inn mascot, not from the innkeeper, but from Eloise, the inn dog. And they also offer a tennis ball and a personalized moose cookie, along with plenty of sheets and towels for the dogs, for cleaning off the dogs, and a disposable dog bowl. During the holidays, the Admiral Perry's regulars get gift bags with frisbees, stuffed animals, snacks, etc. This is a great idea. Donna at the Admiral Perry Inn coordinates with PetSmart, who will often give them samples for the gift bags. She also knows where to find Santa for those Christmas photos with your dog too. So she's an amazing dog ambassador for those traveling with pets. Just as a way to attract more pet travelers, she offers some photography sessions so that people can get ready for Christmas or just update their family portraits by way of some professional pet photography. This pet photographer comes to the inn, and guests can bring their pets there and have their portraits taken. The Carmel Country Inn. Carmel Country Inn comes up #1 on Google when you search for a pet-friendly inn. And if you go to their website, which is carmelcountryin.com, I'm pretty sure, you see the most amazing pictures of dogs. And I thought that they did some really cool things as a pet-friendly inn. Of course, due to health department regulations, pets are not allowed in the dining room during breakfast hours. So they provide trays that guests can use to return to their rooms with their own breakfasts. And in addition, guests can also dine on several patio areas right with their dogs, because dogs are allowed to be outside. They're simply not allowed to be inside where food is served. And this picture right here is taken at the Carmel Country Inn. They have an outdoor grassy area, a mutt mitt dispenser, which is for picking up poop, and trash receptacles available all around the property. They have a doggy bathing area with a hose and towels available for pets who love to romp and swim at the beach, and can be cleaned off before they come back in the inn out there. And they have a wonderful lobby display where everybody who comes there with a pet gets their picture taken and gets added to that big display of people who travel with their pets right in the lobby. The Inn by the Sea in Cape Elizabeth has what they call an Adopt-a-Pet program. Now, this is really, really taking it to the next step. The Inn by the Sea is a beautiful boutique hotel and located right on the ocean. And they work with the Humane Society in Portland. And together with the Humane Society, they have had over 100 dogs adopted through this Adopt-a-Pet program. What happens is they bring dogs that are adoptable to the hotel, and the front desk staff basically takes care of them. But you, as a guest, can bring that dog into your room. You can take it out for walks on the beach. You can do whatever. You can play with it. You know, there are certain places that dogs can't go, like the dining rooms, but you basically sign out a dog to play with while you're there at the hotel, and then you sign it back in if you don't want that dog to spend the night with you, for example. And then one of the, then the dog, in that case, stays in the office, the front desk, with the front desk people. There are more than 100 dogs that have been adopted through this program. Sometimes, I know in one case, one guest has returned 3 different times, adopted 3 different dogs through this program. It's an amazing program, and everybody loves it. The staff love being able to have the dogs there. The guests come there for this very reason. There are guests that come here to In by the Sea simply to adopt a dog. It's a model program for this kind of a model program in the country for humane societies. Okay, we're going to switch gears now. We've heard all about pet friend, how to create a pet friendly environment. Now let's talk about the keys to success of creating a family friendly inn or B&B. Again, Sheila at the Copper Top Retreat in New Hampshire says valued family friendly features at her inn include extra beds and cots, pack and plays, and high chairs. But she says, and this is important, but the most important element is your attitude, she says. We have all of those extras, and some children still sleep with their parents. The number of beds is less important than your genuine welcome. Knowing about kid-friendly and family-friendly activities nearby is helpful, just as being able to share some resources in your area is important for all guests. But again, she hits the nail on the head when she says it's all about your attitude. It's about making families feel genuinely welcome. So what are some of the key amenities at a family-friendly inn or B&B? Well, says Sheila again, we offer many extra amenities, including kid-sized beds and breakfast, and kid-sized beds and breakfasts that appeal to children, along with children's cups and dishes, a library with children's books, movies, puzzles, games, toys, art supplies, and musical instruments. And of course, she has many what she calls hand-me-ups from her own grandchildren. So she has a lot of that kind of those kinds of toys on hand. And they can always refer to certified babysitters if that's needed and the parents want to go out. They're more than happy to have babysitters come and stay with the children at the inn. I thought there were some great promotions and specials that I've learned about from other innkeepers for family-friendly inns and B&Bs. For example, at holiday time, innkeepers have suggested putting a Christmas tree in each guest's room who's celebrating away from home, and or allow families to open presents under the inn's tree in the living room. A lot of times families are coming to see grandparents who live in the area, and there's not enough room at the grandparents' house, so they'll stay at a B&B, and they'll wake up on Christmas morning and want to have a little time to open their own gifts. And this is a great way to make them families who are staying with you feel really welcome during the holidays. You could partner with different area activities and attractions, water parks, amusement parks, and combine tickets to the park along with a stay at the inn. It's a simple family-friendly package, but it makes it easier on the parents so that they don't have to wait in line for tickets. You have them right there. Or partner with a family-friendly restaurant and create a dine and stay package that, again, perhaps send them to your favorite family-friendly restaurant with a voucher, and they don't have to go searching for which restaurant's going to work best for them. It's always nice to offer small gift bags with little crayons, books, stuffed animals, whatever you want to each family member, child at the end, just to make them feel a little bit more welcome. So what are some of the keys to success at family-friendly inns? Well, you're going to want plenty of family-friendly and kid-friendly amenities, all contained in their own area. And this is kind of interesting. Ideally, you want them away from you want to create a kid-friendly common space away from the rest of the places where the rest of the guests are going to be. You want a designated place just for the kids so that they feel welcome and they're not interfering with other guests that are there. You want family-friendly guest rooms located ideally in separate areas of the house. There was there's an inn that I'm going to be talking about coming up in Falmouth Village, and they had rooms that had cribs and were designated for new mothers, for example. They had cribs in them, but they were far away from the rest of the guest rooms at the house. They built kind of a little extension just for kid-friendly rooms. You definitely want to have plenty of kid-friendly foods and meals, and lots of kid-friendly activities, toys, and games too. So this is the Woods Hole Passage. Again, this is the inn that I referred to in Falmouth Village, Massachusetts. They have their own kids' dining room. They have swings, they have toys, they have outdoor games. I love this picture that I found of the little children's snack area that they've set up in their own kids' common room. The Old Red Inn and Cottages in North Conway, New Hampshire, they team up with local attractions. Here's an example of a package where you can come and stay at the inn and participate in a day out with Thomas that is a train attraction through a nearby train station, and it's all put together in one nice, easy package for families. So how do you promote your pet friendly or your family friendly inn or B&B? Let's look at the home pages, for example, of a couple of these places. This is the Woods Hole package again. It says right on the home page, featuring family-friendly lodging with your comfort and relaxation in mind. This is the Carmel Country Inn. Everyone's welcome at our dog-friendly Carmel Hotel. Again, these are great ways to be discovered as quickly as possible through searches for either pet-friendly or dog-friendly B&Bs. Again, a page from the Carmel Country Inn's website. They have a whole page with pet services, pet-friendly restaurants, sitters and daycare, pet policies. So all the information that you might need as a traveler traveling with pets is located right there on their website, easy to find, organized, and this, of course, helps with search engines in terms of indexing the Carmel Country Inn as a pet-friendly B&B. Partly why it shows up as the #1 search when you're looking for dog-friendly or pet-friendly B&Bs and inns. The Woods Hole Passage B&B. Here's another page from their website featuring all of the things that they offer that are kid-friendly and family-friendly. Beach fun, swings, dining, kids fun area, outdoor games, fireside fun, running and exploring, reading by the fire. These are all things that are located on their web page, so it's easy to see that they are a kid-friendly, family-friendly inn right from the minute you get there. What else can you do to promote that you're pet-friendly and dog-friendly? Blog about it. Make sure that you're talking about all the things that you're doing and the family fun and the pet fun that's being had at your inn or B&B. You can advertise. Here we go. Pet-friendly Carmel Hotel. Walk to downtown on the beach. Carmel Country Inn comes up in this search as #2. #2, right below official pet hotels directory. That's pretty amazing. And look who comes up #3, the Paws House Inn. Certainly you can invite media with kids or pets to come and stay at your B&B so that they'll write about it, they'll talk about it. There's nothing better than media coverage to garner attention from family travelers and pet travelers. The Paws House Inn does an amazing job of attracting pet-loving media, not only CNN and Travel Channel, but here's an example from, the Rutland Daily Herald, Just Labs Magazine, and of course they've been covered in the New York Times, USA Today, you name it, they're getting that kind of coverage because they're working at it. And so that's it. That is your quick and dirty primer on how to become pet friendly and family friendly. Each one of these topics could really be a webinar in and of itself, and maybe one day they will be. But this is kind of an intro to why become pet friendly and how it can help you, pet friendly and family friendly, and how it can help you to build revenues. So are there any questions?
Thank you, Marty. Let's see. It looks like we had a couple people that. Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Waiting to hear on questions. I think there were a couple people with issues on sound, but I didn't hear anything else. It looks like there's still several people on the call, so hopefully, for the most part, it was fine. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to enter them into the GoToWebinar software, and we will go from there. Thanks again, Marty. This was great. So much good content.
Well, it's really just scratching the surface because there's so much more to being pet friendly and family friendly, and maybe one day we'll go into much more detail.
Yeah. So one question we're getting is, will the webinar be available online? Yes, we will send it out in the next newsletter, the recording. So take a look out for that. And then how is BedandBreakfast.com identifying these categories? So we do have filters in the home base that you can go through and select whether you're pet friendly or family friendly, I believe is the kid friendly one. But yes, you should be able to go and identify in your listing. But I'd also recommend, making sure you put it in your description as well so that it's very prominent and that people know. I know some innkeepers also include photos of different things that they do to appeal to pets or children as well. So I would recommend all of those things. And then it looks like Ronald, thanks for the update. He had some sound issues, but it corrected itself when he tried a different computer. So glad to hear that. It doesn't look like we have any questions. So again, if you always feel free to reach out to Marty, and we will hopefully hear you guys soon. Our June webinar, we're going to have to cancel that one, but we'll pick these up again in September. We know that the summer is obviously very busy for you guys. We hope you guys have very busy summers, so we're going to pick up in September. So until then, thanks everyone for attending, and we will talk soon. Thanks to you as well, Marty.
You're welcome. Great to talk to everyone today.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.